Yeah, so how's my portfolio looking? I think I did some good things. I swapped some things around like you asked me to.
Yes. I saw that. I think it was a good redistribution.
Yeah.
I feel like you're still not putting enough into the Cayman Islands, which is kind of what I was.
Hey,
I didn't realize you were gonna be. You didn't
think I would be here on Sundays?
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Well,
it's kind of just like it's like me and Ari.
No,
kind of thing.
no,
yeah. Two of us.
Well, I told you 12:30.
12:30.
And it's 11:50 now.
We
had
probably 40 more minutes. We had a lot.
I figured I would.
No, that's great, dude. Hey,
yo, I'm actually so glad to see you.
I'm really happy.
Interrupted us.
Well, we could just get started.
Why didn't mean to interrupt? What were you guys talking about?
Oh, no, just like
just
some
joshing,
personal,
dude.
Whatever.
Yeah,
just joshing about some lighthearted stuff.
Yeah, no, like. Sammie was talking about this like new restaurant.
Yeah, Ari saw Squirrel,
and I saw Squirrel.
Not at the restaurant.
What do you have at the restaurant? An envelope that says Fidelity Investments.
This is. I mean, I guess it came up. I mean, I was oh, I have my.
He knows that I'm really good in
the
the coin.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, well, Sammie's here.
Yeah.
Sammie's.
Oh, interesting. Oh, Sam. So you're gonna. You're telling me.
Okay.
We should not have.
I guess.
You know what?
Okay.
You want to talk about it?
Let's just talk about it.
Let's talk about it. You know what? Let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, maybe
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's bring it down.
The energy's starting high.
We're having fun. This is all for fun.
Because this is me. This is on me for bringing it.
Well, I mean, it feels like we were talking about calmly.
I told you 12:30.
Yeah,
and you came in early.
12:30, and that was kind of crazy. It's like
let's talk about it.
Typical Andrew.
There's time for a reason.
He's jumping in too early, and that's where.
Ain't that just the way? That's why he's not cashing out.
That's why he's not cashing out. That's
why. You want to talk about Thursday night?
Let's talk about Thursday night.
What happened?
Welcome back. Okay. All right, so Thursday night was Colton's birthday.
It's Colton's birthday.
And he invited us
Are we personally lying about what night it was? Is that part of the bid, or?
It was Tuesday.
His birthday was on Tuesday. But...
What are you talking about? Was it Tuesday?
Yeah. I think we know Thursday, our friend's birthday.
I
think we know.
No, you guys are right.
It was on a Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah, Tuesday
or Thursday.
Did we miss Colton's birthday?
Whose party did we go to?
He was there.
His own birthday to hang out. So we went over to his place and we're playing Mario Party.
We love Mario Party.
We love Mario Party.
We love Mario Party.
Yeah. And it was like a team game because we had 8 people. So
everybody teams of 2.
It was like me and Megan. We had Sammie and Colton, Andrew Noel, and then Anna Zoe.
Yep.
And I think that was it.
Yeah, just like it
was fun.
All had fun.
It was fun.
Everyone had fun. There was like no, it didn't get
well, actually,
didn't really.
Well, I think what was interesting. I think what was interesting is that we're purposefully flying over a couple details between the start and the finish here.
All right, you actually summed it up beautifully. I love the way you described it.
I wanted to keep it sweet.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the ending too.
That's the problem.
Okay, so here's the thing.
That was my least. I actually don't even remember what happened. It's crazy.
So what had happened was this was fairly early on in the game. Let's say of 15 turns, let's call it 5 or 6. Does that sound about right?
Can I also just preface this?
Yeah.
15 turns on a weekday night, insane.
You know, here's the thing.
Choice.
I don't want to take any ownership over this, even though I am the one who made the decision. But but 10 turns just doesn't feel like a real game.
That's fair.
And also, I want to say in my defense, because we were playing as teams, we were playing so much slower because there was so much downtime.
We underestimated
how much that added because there's so much downtime between like passing off the controllers and discussing strategy.
Right. Playing the mini game before the mini game. To practice game.
I
guess that's it. I guess that was the night.
So here we are after about turn 6, right? Right. Everybody is fairly even, except for this is Sammie, Colton on a team. They had 2 stars.
They had 2 stars.
That is true. I remember that. We were doing great.
I had 1 star.
I had a star.
Ari at the time had 1 star.
I had 1 star.
So everyone was doing great. Right?
Everyone's doing great. Ari had an opportunity, the opportunity of a lifetime, to steal a star.
I went to the boo space.
He did go to the boo space.
Right?
He routed right there. He loves boo.
Ari hits the steal a star, right? Pays for it.
Yep.
And he's deciding
50.
Who should I steal a star
It's a hard
from?
decision to make.
Really, it's actually quite easy.
Well.
And I think the viewers at home would know that if somebody had 2 stars, right? And the other person had 1 star and hasn't done anything bad to you the entire game, I just don't know where the thinking is as to, can you actually just walk me through it one more time, just so I can understand the thought process?
It feels really straightforward to me.
I feel like
he's
really skewing.
He's really skewing.
Am I skewing it?
Making it sound
actually,
crazy.
tell me at what point I've skewed the facts.
Because
It's the way he's talking about the facts. The facts.
wait a minute.
this is
but it's the framing of the facts that I object to. You know?
I think it's just the pure framing of it.
Yeah, the framing is
The framing of it
atrocious.
all is
Your Honor,
atrocious.
the framing, not the vibe.
Not gonna pass.
The framing is not going to pass.
So when you're playing a game like this,
Yes, of course.
you're not just trying to reach the top. You're trying to survive.
Yes, that's the most important thing.
It's a bigger picture. And Andrew, I don't expect you to understand the big picture of it.
doesn't
all.
The point is to
doesn't get it.
survive.
It's crazy how much
It's
he doesn't
not to
survive.
win.
It's like he's never played
All of a
Mario
sudden,
Party
the
before. He's
goal
never
of
played
Mario
it.
Party is
He's
shifted
survival.
to
He's survival.
survive.
Ari, I
feel
agree
like
with
it's
you. It's
always
always
been
been
that
survival.
way. And I
Survive what?
In the
Everybody-
Toad Wars, Andrew!
Everybody survives.
to
the
Do
end.
they all survive?
doesn't sound like one of
Do
us
they all
survived.
survive?
I was left with the choice. A very difficult
very
choice.
difficult
a very
choice.
difficult choice to
Yes.
make.
You just called it an easy choice 3 seconds
Well,
ago.
no, it's a
well,
difficult
Andrew,
choice.
it's the framing of it all.
What's it?
It's the framing
It's
is where you're
insane
coming
that you
short.
don't understand the
You're coming
framing.
short
Just
on
call it
the framing.
the framing
It's a framing
of the-
issue.
That's
Let him speak.
insane. That's insane.
Every time I let him
insane.
speak, now
It's
we're talking about
insane.
framing.
Oh
It's
my
insane.
god, does he not understand the
I think
framing?
he doesn't understand the framing.
Oh my God.
It's like he's never framed anything in his life.
It's like we're back there on Tuesday.
Please.
So I
Thursday.
was left
Or
with a
Thursday.
very difficult choice of, okay, I have a star. I don't have a lot of coins. Sammy and Colton have 2 stars, and they have, I think, a decent amount of coins. And then we have Andrew, who has 1 star, and I don't know how many coins.
1,000 coins.
Who knows?
Call it 1,000.
he had,
You
like-
know what, Sammy?
he had
Call it
150.
1,000.
Flush,
I think.
flush with coins.
Flush
with
as
someone.
fuck.
They're
Flush as fuck.
always throwing it in our
Sure.
face
Yeah.
how much coins they have.
Yeah,
But
really
is it the
rub it in our
person
face.
with the most coins that wins at the end of the game?
It's the
Andrew,
tiebreaker. He doesn't understand.
You don't understand. I'm left between like a David and Goliath situation.
Totally,
It's like,
so true.
what am I looking at? Am I looking at
who's? Is it who? What are you talking about, David and
I think
Goliath?
it's more like a
That's between
Goliath.
two-
Oh,
no,
what
what
are
are you fucking talking about?
It's like you two are David, and I'm just watching.
No,
think
no,
we're
you
both
have
Goliath.
one Goliath and you
No,
have
I
one
think we
David,
were
and you have a
both
slingshot
Goliath.
in your hand,
We
and
were
you're like,
both
maybe I'll go for the
We
little
were
guy.
both Goliath.
That's crazy.
We were both Goliath. I'm just so honest.
We were.
We're
What am I?
both
What was
Goliath.
I
We're
supposed
both
to do?
Goliath.
Sammy gave me an offer. I
That
could
he
not
couldn't
refuse.
refuse.
And I.
What was the
and-
offer?
And
What was
I
the
said-
offer?
It was, hey, if you steal from Andrew, I won't come after you.
Yes.
And that's
That
all
has
I
a
need to
lot
hear.
of value. All of a sudden, you have an ally in this
And-
game and in fucking
And
life,
Sammy,
bro.
did I not turn to Andrew and say, "What do you have to
Yes,
offer?"
that's the first thing Ari did. And Ari immediately turned to Andrew and said, Sammy's made me an offer. What do you have to offer me? And you know what? This Andrew says.
and it was you going, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
And
like he's never played a game of Mario Party before where everyone's wheeling and
What can
dealing.
I offer him?
Oh my God.
There it
That
is.
is crazy.
There it is.
He still doesn't get it. All these days later, it hasn't sunk
the
in.
framing
Ari,
hasn't
you-
changed.
framing.
All right,
The
you
framing
don't
hasn't
understand
changed.
that
The framing hasn't
if you
changed.
stole from Sammy at the
framing
time,
hasn't changed.
you would have been ahead, and you would have lowered Sammy. You have now,
And then we
you have
would've-
now
and he wouldn't have
stepped,
an ally.
you've
And
now
then
stepped
what?
on me,
And
to
then
brought me down to 0, and then guess
Oh.
what? At the end of the day, you're still at the same level as Sammy. It doesn't make any sense.
But now I'm
Andrew,
looking out
it's-
for him.
it's-
He doesn't get
It's
it.
the hunt. It's the
Yeah.
fear. It
Yeah.
is beyond
Knowing someone's got your
It is
back.
beyond the position.
Just play
Yeah.
the game.
Okay.
What do you think I'm
What-
doing?
this
I'm
is the
playing.
game.
This is the game.
meta game
We're
is the
playing
game.
2 different games.
You're
You're
playing
playing
two
the
different games.
kids'
Maybe that's
game.
the issue.
I'm
We're
playing the
this is
game.
business.
Oh, I'm playing the kids' game.
You're playing the
the
kids'
kids'
game.
game.
You want to win?
Absolutely.
Win. You know what, Andrew? You want your
Oh, I
fake
wanna get
little.
the most stores.
Sammy just did the 2 fingers like. Oh, I just want to win the. Oh yeah, when you're fake little stars, Andrew. I'm playing a big,
Fake.
real political game here.
Yes, this is a very
I am
traumatic political climate
I am
right now.
forming bond.
The only thing
I am
is his
forming.
allies.
I am forming relationships
Yep.
with Sammy and company.
Yes.
I need this.
And co.
I
And
need
co.
this support. I might have lost the battle, but I am winning the fucking war,
Absolutely.
baby.
And he tried to get your
didn't-
support,
he
and
didn't
you
win the war.
offered him nothing.
He didn't
You
win the
offer-
war.
You didn't offer him anything in terms of comfort, in terms of
Nothing.
gameplay. You didn't even
Zero.
offer him your
Ari
friendship.
Ari looked
Zero.
me in the
Offered him
eye and
zero.
said, "You could have offered me friendship."
Yes.
That is an insane
Yes.
thing to
How
say
is
to
that?
somebody.
What is
No.
more valuable than friendship? Name something.
Name something.
Name something.
one
Go
thing.
ahead. I dare you.
Don't say it.
Stars.
Oh my God! This guy doesn't
There's
get
the
it.
framing.
There's the framing.
That's
There's
the framing
bad
he's missing
again.
of it all. So yes,
doesn't get it.
I
He
teamed
doesn't
up with
get it.
Sammy. I
Yeah.
went I went to Andrew. I stole his star.
Yes, he did.
Yep. You did.
And you know what? He wasn't even really paying attention.
No, he was not even.
He noticed
his head
like
wasn't
a
even in the
beat
game.
later, being like, "Where's my star?"
Yeah.
That's not even
so-
That's how
remotely
I
true.
remember it.
Well,
That's
that's
so
okay,
true.
actually, you know what? That's interesting. That's interesting, Ari, because you just said that you asked me a question
True.
and I wasn't paying attention, or I was.
You know what? Your answer was there, but your soul was not.
True. So true.
Framing. You're right. It's
The framing of it all.
The framing
The
of it all.
framing of it all.
At least he's getting the framing now.
I feel like you heard me, but you didn't hear me.
Yeah, so true. And I was listening.
Yeah. And who was there to listen? A friend.
Sammy.
Play out the rest of the game.
Okay, so
Tell me what happens.
I made an investment,
Right.
And I have Sammy and Co. on my side.
Yes,
this
will never
feels
hurt you.
very
Will
good.
never hurt you.
And I made a deal with Sammy.
Yep.
That, she was like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna grab the star from Andrew, and then we'll both like you'll be in second, I'll be in first." And I'm like, "That's great."
Yeah.
I'm not looking to win. I'm just looking to survive.
Dude, that's a billionaire looking at you. You've just made a deal with a billionaire to be like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it not a
still
good
gonna
idea
be-
to be in a billionaire's pocket? I'm sorry.
Have we not
Do
seen
you know
how
what I
that
mean? Elon
works out?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Have you not watched Elon Musk become the
wonderfully for
president?
those? Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, so the game's
Comparing
playing out.
yourself.
The game's playing out.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Andrew does get the boo square and
Yep.
takes the star back.
That's right.
Yes, he did
Which,
do that. Which seemed he didn't even try to form a bond. It did seem cold.
It seemed cold.
He did it with a lot of
was.
hate
It
in his
was
eyes.
It was cold.
It was cold,
Didn't
and
even
there
ask
was
what I had to
hateful.
offer.
Yeah, that's he. At least
I
could
don't
have brought it to
care
the
what you
table.
had to offer.
That's crazy.
That's the framing.
Okay, is that actually? He doesn't care what you
Doesn't
have to
care.
offer,
And I
I'm
care.
gonna sit on that. That's a tough
That's huge.
sentence.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
He
And you know
doesn't care
what?
you
You
have to
gotta
offer.
let these things slide off.
Yeah.
I told you. I said, if you take my star, I'm coming after you. That's what I
That
said.
was
You know
after
what?
he took the star.
That was after, yeah. After
Okay.
you offered me nothing.
After you offered him nothing, including
So-
friendship.
I'm down back to where I started.
Yep.
Shy Guy's not doing so hot.
Yep. You and I are now.
I am still in the pocket of Sammy and Co.
True.
Right.
Very
You and I now have
importantly.
the same amount of
Very
stars at this
importantly.
point.
No, you have more than me. Because you took it back.
That's right. I took it back.
Yes.
I took it back.
No,
yes.
no, wait. No, we do have the same. But you have more
I
money
think-
than me.
I have more
Way
money
more
than you.
money.
Yes.
but
You
we
were
have the same
always
stars.
flush. Admittedly,
You were always flush.
flush.
And you know what?
That's right.
Honestly, I wasn't even looking for stars.
You know what?
I
You're right,
was
because
looking
you had
for
to- yep.
stamps. That
Yes.
was my game.
Yeah,
and
you were in the
Sammy
stamp game.
understood that.
And I helped him navigate to the stamp.
That's
too.
insane that halfway through the game, he changed strategies to. Actually, I've been looking for stamps the whole time. Actually, I'm not even.
I
I'm
remember
not
that
round
was
one.
pretty
I
clear.
remember round one him being, I'm a stamp guy.
I'm going for the stamps. If you paid attention, you would know that.
Here's the thing.
So then, why
I
do you
was paying
care
attention.
who
I was
you stole the
listening.
star from? Why does
I
it?
don't
Why does
care
it matter?
who I stole it from. I care who I'm doing it for.
Yeah,
Sammy and Co.
Sammy and Co.
Okay,
That's right.
so continue to play this out.
Okay,
I
so-
can't wait. I can't wait to hear how Sammy and Co.
He thinks
helped
He thinks
you
he's
out.
got us, and the thing that's so funny is he doesn't because you and me.
The thing is that
she's got
he's
you.
missing
She's-
the whole picture.
He's missing the whole
It's
picture.
insane.
In the
Ari,
framing, he doesn't even understand.
Right? That's right.
Ari,
Sammy?
Here's the most
Yeah.
important thing that happened
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
Ari gets all 4 stamps and collects 50 coins.
It's huge.
It's huge. That was
And
the goal.
You know, there
is
was
in your head telling you
There-
she's. Oh my God, she's punching you while you're down and telling you it's good. It's a good
This is
thing.
crazy. Yeah,
She's lit.
he's
You're so far in her pocket that you can't even hear the lies.
You know what's
She's
nice
got
about
you
a
thinking that
Andrew-
you're in a good position.
You know what's nice about a
that's what she
pocket?
wants you.
It's warm.
Amen.
She
Amen
knows.
to that.
She
Amen
knows.
to that.
She
What
knows
else
that
could you
as
ask
long
for?
as you're in her pocket, she's definitely got you beat.
But
No,
we're allies.
We're working
I don't
together.
understand.
His win is my win. My win is his win.
Exactly. There we
At
go.
any point, did you
That's what I-
ever feel like you were on the same playing field
Got
as
4
Sammy?
stamps, baby.
Yeah, he got 4
I
stamps.
got my 4 stamps.
Boom. That was the goal.
I know. 5 stars. Whoever got the most stamps.
For being in a billionaire's pocket stuff. So anyway, game goes on. Sammy is racking up stars, and Andrew is still floating around 2. I think it gets like 2 to 3. I'm waiting for Sammy to steal back my star for them
Yes.
because that would put me second.
Yeah.
But I guess there was like a little snafu with like finance, where the money was
a
and
little
stuff.
snafu. But snafu.
But I
a
was
little bit
told-
broke.
I was told by Sammy,
right?
a trusted company, that you got to lose a little money to make some money.
That's how it works. That's the economy. That's
Do you
Econ
not-
101. It's
do you not-
Econ 101.
and-
It's Econ 101.
It makes sense because
It
it's like
does make
it's an
sense.
investment. As I invested
things
into Sammy,
fluctuate.
she is investing.
I'm
back
investing-
into the game.
yes, exactly,
So it's a it's a
exactly.
trickle down effect.
What are you talking
Yes,
about?
and it was
Yeah.
gonna trickle down, but we ran out of time. To be
And
honest,
you know what? It's gonna rain again.
it's gonna rain. Amen.
It's
You wanted
gonna
that
rain
game
again.
to last. You're saying if that game lasted longer, everybody in that mall would have felt the effects of that economy.
If that game had lasted 20 turns, I would have gotten that star back. I was truly like 10. I routed my whole end game. My whole end game I spent routing so that I would land at Boo at the last possible turn so I could steal Andrew's star and get it back.
Yeah.
But I was a little bit of a broke bitch and I could not afford to take the star.
The minigame market was rough.
The minigame market was hard as hell.
It was very rough.
Also, listen, I'm not blaming
random.
someone who's not here to defend themselves, but we were on teams, and
sometimes there's volatile business partners.
Sometimes there's volatile business partners. Yes.
So we get to the end of the game. I believe Sammie and Co do have the most stars
at the time.
We're broke.
They're broke.
Well, we're not broke, but we can't afford to steal a star.
I'm still in it. I'm like, okay, what is it? The NASDAQ? Like, it goes up and it goes down.
Dow Jones,
and it goes
baby.
up. Yeah, so it's
a wave.
What kind of supporter, what kind of investor am I to just leave when the bag gets
Exactly.
the
We never do that.
Okay, sorry.
And then of course Andrew comes in asking for handouts.
Yep.
Excuse me.
And great, you got a couple extra stars to put you on the top of this little game.
Isn't that curious, actually, how at the end Andrew gets all the bonus stars?
All the bonus stars.
You got a bonus star too. You got one too. You got a handout star at the end,
and it's called an investment.
You and I
investment. That was I actually put that into the game for you,
and I believe.
So then, how did I get that star then?
That one you put into the game for yourself, which I don't appreciate.
Oh, so yours was an investment.
From what I was told by Sammie, you put that in yourself.
You put that in yourself.
Who won the game?
I mean, you're talking about.
Here's the thing.
You mean the little video game?
My fucking
Ari
God.
and I have a friendship that is even stronger, which we didn't even know was possible, than we did when we went in.
Yeah.
So I think Ari and I won the game.
I mean, you won the video game.
Yeah, you won the video game.
We won the game.
Ain't that just the way?
I think we're still winning.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Andrew, I want you to look at my financial portfolio. Take a look at this.
Oh wow, you've got a lot in the Cayman Islands. That's good. That's good.
That's where I told him to put it.
I have
Sam
Clem.
going to the moon.
Clem, I'll throw this up. I have a photo of Ari looking at the screen, watching his investment go down the drain.
Nah, I don't think that happened.
It's Joe Exotic. This is gonna financially ruin. I'll never financially cover from this.
It's a small loss for a bigger win.
Exactly.
What's the bigger win?
This is gonna pay off.
We don't know yet.
We don't know. We're gonna see, but it's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's gonna pay off.
You don't even know what is gonna pay off.
Look at his portfolio.
Let's look at it.
Do you not see how much is in the Cayman Islands now?
It is a lot. It's actually impressively a lot.
Yeah.
And when we play Mario Party again, which we will, you know where I'm going.
Yeah, allies for life.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want.
I don't know what you want.
I just want you to admit that you potentially have been manipulated.
Here's the thing that I will say.
By
I think this is
billionaires.
an important component. The fact that you won the video game proves that
Stop.
Ari...
I don't like the framing of the video
It's
game.
the framing of it all.
That's the truth.
Oh, you finally understand
Sorry that
it.
we're framing the truth.
Yeah.
The fact that you won the video game tells me that Ari did do the right thing.
Yeah.
Because if not, you would have won the video game by an even wider margin. Like,
Then
taking the
great.
star from
And
you
why
was
would
the
that
right
have been
thing.
bad?
Because he doesn't want you to win the video game.
Yeah.
Wait.
My fear of Sammie is far greater than my want of win.
Yeah.
What a great...
So true.
That's how you play?
That's how I frame it.
Yeah, that's a good framing.
It's not
I think that's
good
an
framing.
appropriate framing. That's an appropriate
Because
framing.
Andrew, I turn on Sammie, multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Yeah, it's a
fucking
huge
connections
loss.
to
Huge loss.
who knows what.
Yep.
I'm talking. I'm gonna feel this for the rest of my life.
True. All the Sammie coin you've been holding, I can take that away. That's all technically still mine. That's how
Come
Sammie
after
coin
my
works.
family. Who knows?
Yeah, I will.
Who knows?
And now you have to deal with that, and you're gonna.
I don't
come,
know
you don't.
You're
I
gonna
don't.
come to me.
He's
You think
really misunderstood.
Sammie's gonna hold
We're
on to
alive
that
for life.
capital forever?
Absolutely. Absolutely,
No.
I will. Well, no. Oh, no. Yeah, you get the capital.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to do this.
Yeah. The thing that is weird about it is, like, I just don't understand what Andrew doesn't understand, to be honest. I feel like it's really
It
straightforward.
feels
This is-
personal,
It does.
I mean, yeah, it is. At that point, it is.
and that's kind of your first problem. Why'd you
Yeah.
bring that into the Mario, Party politics? That's
true.
kind of on you.
I'm separating
He's not
game
thinking
from
about
person.
but he's
You're
not thinking about the
separating video
politics
game from person.
Yes.
Not,
You're not
not game from person.
game from person.
That's very different.
What is the distinction?
Insane.
I don't even know how to explain this to him. Do we call in like an expert? Do we call it a PhD? I don't know. How do you get it through to him?
I don't understand. I can put it in building blocks in front of him.
Yes.
He will not
Yeah.
understand it.
Do it for me.
It's the difference of.
All right, go ahead. Explain it to me like I'm a child. What the difference is between winning the game and winning the video game.
video game, small man, big game, big win.
Big win.
That hurt a lot more. That was actually way worse. I don't let him know small man.
We'll just leave it that things have been a little sensitive.
Yes.
From Andrew's
and from his personal framing.
From his
of
personal loss, but from his small video game win.
Yes, of course.
It's,
it's very different than the world.
It's very different.
Existing in.
And
so.
the thing is, Sammy, I've moved on.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't even thought about it.
It's so fresh for Andrew that he thought it was 2 days ago instead of 4. That's how fresh it is.
I'm like Thursday. What are you talking? What was I even doing?
I've got like 4 Venmo requests from Ari. Be like, I'm really
really
low on coin right now. And Sam coin tanked.
That's the thing. I was introduced to Sammy coin.
It's going back up, man. We're going to the moon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gotta lose a little of the game.
You gotta lose a little. Obviously, it's gonna go down first.
Buying the dip.
And
Everybody
then it goes higher.
Exactly.
And the fact that Ari is such a huge shareholder in the coin, you're gonna go to the moon.
That's telling.
Yeah.
Ari invests heavy in coin and it tanks.
No, it didn't tank.
It's just
down, but it didn't tank. But I think as long as you hold the dip,
if it's down, it's more affordable.
Yeah.
You can invest
Honestly,
more.
people say buy the dip. So if you want to buy more, you can just let me know.
Andrew, it's like you're preparing for a party. You're eating chips. You gotta buy the dip.
You gotta buy the dip.
Oh.
You gotta buy the dip. Oh. It's one thing we know.
Small man dip.
Small man
dip.
Oh. So maybe another game is required.
Yes.
But I don't think it's gonna end the way he wants it to.
No, I don't think so either.
I actually would love to do a rematch. The 4 of us.
That'd be fun. I'm in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
not teams though. It's all for.
Yeah.
Well, I mean.
Well, not. Yeah.
Cool.
Andrew, you could be on this train if you just invested.
I'm on a winning train.
Yeah.
Why would I jump trains?
Wow, winning.
Why would I jump trains?
In what world is he winning? Right.
Cool.
Just
the video game world. The video game world.
Okay.
Remember, all train tracks have an end.
Yeah.
So does yours.
Well,
mine's in a circle.
It's in a circle. So it's around a Christmas tree. Calm down.
These metaphors.
Andrew, you're on a train. I'm on the fucking shuttle, man.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
So true.
You're just running this rat race, man. Round and around and around and go.
And you know what? If this all falls down, we got other things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like what? What else? What? You know what? I'd love to hear what other things you're investing in.
Friendship.
That's
Friendship's up, dude.
God damn
Friendship
it.
is going to the moon.
Yeah.
So
Where's yours at?
Curious. Yeah, maybe check your portfolio.
That's too mean. we love each other, right?
Isn't this such a nice podcast where we all just everyone go around the room and say something you like about somebody else? Maybe we should both
somebody
say
else.
about
Not. They
Andrew.
don't have to be in the room. Just someone else.
Ambition.
Oh, thank you so much, Ari. I love that you are so loyal.
Sammy, I love that you take care of those around you.
Ari, I love your damn style. You got a great style.
And Andrew. And Andrew.
You can.
Oh, yeah, you can do one for.
No, you got one for yourself.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying if you it was a lot of
Oh, you got
back
one
and
for
forth.
us.
No,
Okay.
I'm saying if
okay.
anyone want to toss one my way.
No, Andrew, I
like
that. I don't love. I like.
You like is probably better.
I like how you know when to butt in. Sammy, you don't. You're your own powerhouse.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. Man.
I love. You know what to say to cut me down. To feel like nothing. That's what I love about you.
That's. I feel like I had a little bit of a double.
Yeah, that was kind of rude.
Yeah, I didn't really like that. It made me feel bad.
Welcome back to the Couch Kids
the exact same time. That
We
was
knew it.
crazy.
We just
You
felt it.
nailed
You don't get to 71 by fucking around.
That was an energy.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Sammy.
We got Emmy Award-winning Sammy
Okay, thanks.
on the
True.
couch with us.
That's true.
And the 25-minute bit ends now.
It was a bit, right?
Yeah.
It was a bit. No one's actually
a
mad at
bit,
each
right?
other, right? And just checking in.
So
Yeah.
we are recording the 3 of us. Colton
Yes.
is away on some family business. He's doing okay. He'll be back soon. But in the
Yes.
meantime, we thought we would keep the train rolling because it don't stop.
It don't stop.
It don't stop.
And we're inside his apartment without him.
We didn't have to say that.
That is not a joke. We are inside the lounge
We had
because
a-
Colton told us where the key was.
Yep.
So
Yeah, Andrew came by. You threw away some stuff and you
I threw away some stuff.
Yeah.
redecorated a bit.
Yep.
Took a couple Pokemon cards, just skimmed a couple off the top,
Just as like
Just a couple.
that's for me.
As payment. Yeah, you
It's
came to the
payment,
house.
You know,
Yeah,
I came to the
sure.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good. That's the deal we sign.
Yeah.
That is the deal.
That's what we have. Sammy, how you doing? Welcome back.
Man, I'm doing good. I'm always happy to be in the CK lounge. I'm noticing I'm sitting in Colton's chair. Sorry, Colton. But I'm
It
noticing
feels
I
natural.
think this
It feels better.
I'm noticing I think this chair matches the couch over there, which I've never noticed before because usually there's a blanket on this chair. I feel like these are like part of the set.
It has to be part of the same set.
These look great.
It has the same legs
I
too.
would assume so. I assume
Colton
that it
has
was.
a great. He has not only a great but a specific like interior design style.
Yes.
Like he does. He very much knows what the aesthetic he's going for is, and he really goes for it. And I love that so much. I think it is one of his many good qualities.
I think it's like he does the like collecting organization super well.
he
I feel
does.
like-
Everything looks beautiful.
I feel like if I had the
Beautifully
same stuff
displayed.
he had, I could not make it look this nice.
Have
know
you
what I
seen
mean?
Ari's office?
It's a shit show.
I haven't been to your office
And
in a while.
It's not great.
Your office, also in your defense, is like partially a hallway.
It's a den.
It's a den.
It's a nook. I'll
It's a
take a
nook.
nook.
It's a nook.
It's barely enough room for 2 people.
Yeah.
But
Make it
I don't,
work.
need, I, don't need, I don't need space to get work done.
Nah.
This grind don't
Couldn't be
stop.
you.
Yeah.
Even
Could
though
be you.
the walls are moving in slowly every time I'm there. How do you guys? Okay, this is kind of off topic, but I was thinking about it as we're talking about style. How do you feel about rug on carpet?
Okay.
Okay.
Is this huge?
I have a very strong opinion because here's the thing, guys. The number one thing I believe about people, actually I don't believe this, but I'm just going to say it anyway, is that people can change. So historically,
You'll see where this
You
is
see where it's
going
going.
because this is
is
she's
a hot
already
topic.
exonerating
Hot topic.
herself.
I'm exonerating myself.
She's already pre-exonerating herself, saying that people can change.
people can change.
People can change.
They don't,
and
but they
it's-
can.
Some can.
Some can.
Some can.
Some can.
Some should.
So I have always obviously believed
Yeah.
that you cannot put a rug on a carpet because that's crazy. And then some very traumatic things happened in the world and to all of us as people of the world. And then I bought a rainbow rug and I put it on a carpet. And then I decided that life is hard. Just put a rug on a carpet.
Yeah. Okay.
So now I've come around on it and I've decided that nothing matters. Put a rug on a carpet.
It seems like one of those
Go
things
off.
that makes no logical sense because
No,
you're like the
it's stupid.
carpet is rug.
Carpet is
right?
rug.
Carpet
It's just
is
big
rug.
rug.
Why would I put
Big-
rug on
big
rug?
rug.
Why would I
Big
put rug on rug?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Rug
Right.
on rug is crazy. Double decker rug. It's crazy. It's on unheard of.
Then
That's
you
like
do
putting
it.
a
And you're
couch
like,
on a
it's so
couch.
nice.
Why
It's
would
just
why
like putting a couch on a
two
couch.
couches on top of each
Double
other?
decker couch.
Double decker couch
No,
is
thank
crazy.
you.
No,
No.
no, thank you.
Double decker couch coming
But then
soon.
once you do it.
And it's like it's adding something.
So wait, so you're also then pro rug on carpet?
I think I wasn't.
Yeah. Wait, we've both changed. God, we're just are we
'cause it's
growing
like,
and evolving?
I think there's things here. There's
Yeah.
things you got to consider where it's like thickness of carpet,
True.
thickness of rug.
Agreed.
Because they make some very thick rugs.
They
like
do.
you guys know the big fluffy rug we used to have. Like a lot of us.
I have that
Sammy-
rug. You have
Sammy
that rug.
currently owns that
Yeah,
rug.
we all.
And it's
There was like
like-
a rug that tore through the friend group. I don't.
Yes.
Did you start at the rug? Who started the
We
rug?
did start the rug.
Okay, so
'Cause
Ari
we were
and Megan
gifted-
started the rug.
We were gifted it by Megan's mom.
It's a great rug.
Yeah.
It's a great rug.
So
I love your
incredible.
apartment.
You could-
One of my favorite features of
That
your
rug is
home
so
is
good.
the
You
rug.
could
Well, like, and
sleep
I
on
feel
it.
like probably almost 10 people ended up getting that rug.
Amit had that rug.
Amit had that rug. My friend Madison got that rug after coming to my apartment. Like that rug spread.
Dude, this rug needs to
a great
give
rug.
me some like
because it's mostly just like
compensation.
it's
I
just
know.
large carpet. Like
It's essentially flattened pillow.
yes,
Yeah.
true.
It's a blanket with
Big words,
great
small,
rug.
very good.
Great
big pillow,
rug,
small
great rug.
square.
Yeah. And you got rid of it because it was too good. It was
Well,
intimidating, you know?
I would say if you have pets, do not get this rug
Yeah.
because we had a little flea problem. We were like, where the fuck are these fleas coming from? The rug.
Fleas love the rug,
Dude,
too.
I will
That's the problem.
say
Everybody
so
loves the damn rug.
My friend Madison, who got the rug as well, she has cats, and she got rid of it. I think for maybe a couple reasons, but she had to get rid of it partially because like the cats were like afraid of it, and I think it's because it was so soft they thought it was dead cats.
Sammy,
That's my theory.
Sammy,
There you go.
I thought that story was going.
Flat cat.
She got rid of the cat because she loved the carpet so much.
I wouldn't.
It's a
I wouldn't
good
blame her.
rug.
I wouldn't blame her.
It's a good rug.
But like something like that, I don't think could go on this.
Yes.
Like this.
Yeah,
Colton's
this
got
is
some
a pretty
very
thick
plushy
carpet.
carpet.
But here's the thing also, I
Yeah.
think if he put like a cutesy small styled rug,
Yeah.
I feel like that's also different because
I'm
I feel like it's
thinking-
like, is
yeah.
the rug for practical reasons or is the rug for aesthetic?
I think you got to know that.
And you gotta
What
know
is
that.
your rug
My
for?
rainbow rug on my car, because I also have like an office that has carpet in it, and I put down this rainbow rug. It's beautiful. It is such a beautiful soft rug. I love this rug. That is purely for aesthetics.
Right.
That rug is thin. It came like packet, like with all the air sucked out of it in like a
Yep.
tiny little box.
Yep.
I love
And I
this.
fluffed it out, and it's a great rug, but it is a purely aesthetic rug.
Yeah. Andrew, where do you stand?
I feel like I could go either way. I feel like I love rug. I love rug.
You love rug, okay.
Good, carpet good. I'm a huge fan, especially in the bedroom. I think that carpet belongs in the bedroom.
Amen.
My family redid the house. Like they tore up all of the carpet.
Sad.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that stood strong.
Wait, so your like room still has the carpet?
My room is the only room in the house with carpet.
Well, it's sound dampening too. It's nice. It's like when you're upstairs.
And growing up, you need some sound dampening.
I'll
tell you that.
My upstairs neighbors just ripped out all of the carpet in their apartment.
How would you
know
that? How would you know that?
Yeah. How would I know that? Oh, because I could hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that has been a really interesting transition to hearing every step and every part of the apartment instead of just in the living room.
Here's an idea. Carpet on the ceiling.
I love this idea.
Whoa.
It wouldn't get dirty.
I'm in. Yeah.
And you could have like it would get dusty.
It'd be tough to clean, and it
what
would
if you had, like,
it would
cute
capture
shag carpet. That'd be so cute.
But
I do feel like spiders
it
would
would
live
trap
inside it, though.
so much stuff.
I think
Like
spiders
what?
would live
Nothing
in
would
there.
Growing up
escape.
there.
Nothing. I'm just saying, like
Spiders.
if like dust stuck.
Dust does not go up. Dust goes down.
Food stuck.
Dust goes
up
down.
there.
Food
What
stuff.
are you
Not
throwing
food.
up there?
I'm not. But
why are you throwing food at the ceiling?
make
He's making it easier.
make chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken
smell.
Chicken
well,
smell.
You don't put
chicken stay for days.
You don't put the carpet on the ceiling in the kitchen. It's in the
no.
bedrooms where you put it.
Oh, it's just in the bedroom.
Just in the bedrooms.
Damn, bedroom's
Yeah.
getting sexier every
You know?
There's something about it.
Yeah. It sounds kind of nice.
It does sound kind of nice.
Yeah. Ceiling fan on the floor.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
just reverse the room. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strap in bed. Ceiling.
Dude, I saw this video on like Facebook that was like one of those like fake videos people make of like, this is what the future is going to be like. And it was, there's like a Futurama-esque tube under everyone's home. And then it just like comes up in the middle of the living room. So it was like some woman like pulling like a small child out of the tube. And like, that's how she got home from school.
Hilarious.
And I was like, man, it's crazy that like anyone is even like joking that like that could happen.
Is there a George Jetson type of thing that you would love to see? Because human tube is great.
I love
good.
that. I mean, we had mail tube for a bit.
We did. We kind of lost that. What was it called?
love
Pneumatic
mail
tubes?
tubes.
It's a great name too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You really feel that suck.
The fear of getting stuck in that tube, though,
Yeah.
that's scary.
Yeah.
Tube jam.
Tube jam.
I don't know how crass we're allowed to be on this podcast, but
No.
I remember I was watching some video about someone who was putting like those kinds of like sucky tubes in their house to throw laundry down. So they go to a laundry
That's a thing.
shop, and there's
That's
like a
a thing.
conversation about like the height that it has to be at to avoid any of like the teen boys
Like putting their dicks in it.
putting their dicks in it.
That's a real thing.
That's
yeah.
a real thing.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
One of the first things I thought of.
Well,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah, it's
right?
like,
Like, why
I
wouldn't
I just
you?
like look at it and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, feels like you can at least
Well,
try,
if it
see what happens.
Why wouldn't they want me to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, especially if it was at the right height. It's like that's why you have to be very and put up high. So it's like
Doesn't
you gotta
matter.
you gotta work for it.
No. The problem
People
is you have no idea the
lengths.
determination of a
Yeah.
teenage boy.
But at least-
I'll
at least
stand
you
on
can't-
I'll stand on a ladder, Sammy.
Yeah.
If
But you have to be
if
so
need be.
committed.
I was thinking
and here's the thing: if you're that committed, I think you deserve to do it.
Yeah.
But if you're just gonna do it casually, I
Yeah.
think that like maybe don't do it. But if you're determined, you should get to do it.
They do have these houses that have the vacuum system built into the
Yes.
walls.
Yes,
Have you
I've
seen
seen
that?
that.
And it's
Yes.
like the little holes underneath the cupboard. You just sweep trash into it.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
It reminds me of like hairdressers, right? Have you ever been? I have like my
Oh,
hairdresser.
yeah.
She has that. She has like a thing in the wall. That she just sweeps everything too.
Oh,
And
that's
it gets
cool.
Little hair
sucked
tube.
up. Little hair tube. Yeah.
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 Cool.
Give me that hair tube, dude.
I was gonna say I'll get real low too.
But I don't know, like future-y Jetson stuff. I love all the tube stuff. I love the
robot stuff, obviously, right? They
robot
imagine having like a
stuff.
Rosie, like
Yeah.
I think it'd be
Yes.
so nice.
That'd be nice.
Solve the loneliness epidemic, you know?
dude. There's the it's like Blade Runner where it's like the hologram on rails. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah, yeah.
Where it's like it tracks where you are with like an arm
Yep.
by like an X and Y
Yeah.
axis, like
Yep.
that kind of.
Ugh.
Every room you go into, it's just like following you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, slapping you around. They do anything.
I'm trying to think about like other sci-fi stuff that would be so cool to have. I don't know. Wait, can I tell you guys something? This I thought was so interesting.
Yeah.
Of the reason why like our generation is so different from like the generations before and after us is because throughout, I literally just watched a TikTok about this, so credit to this TikTok that I don't remember. That throughout human history, there's essentially been like 3 revolutions, and if you were living between like 500 years and 50 years before those revolutions, your life was fundamentally the same. But then if you're in that crux period where something changes, so the first one obviously is the agricultural revolution. So someone who was living 20 years before the agricultural revolution wasn't living that differently than someone who lived 200 years before it.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
then the next one was the industrial revolution, and the same thing applies. And the current one obviously is the information revolution. So like people who lived in like the 50s fundamentally didn't live that different from people who lived, and well, maybe that's, I don't know, because I don't remember when the other was. But you know what I mean?
Feels right.
Like,
That feels right.
But it
Yeah,
does,
because it's like there haven't been massive changes.
yes, that's the thing. When I think about it, right, is like once the internet was like, I think about like from the time that like we were kind of growing up until the first iPhone, like I feel like things haven't changed that much since then. Like everything's gotten a little bit better, but there hasn't been any of these other like enormous innovations.
So are we going through that
I
right
think we're
now?
close probably to like the end of it. We're like, I don't know that in our lifetimes things will get like technologically that much better.
I feel like things have
think
been
they will?
evolving like crazy
I would
the
say
last
this
10 years.
The
I would
last
say.
year I feel like has been interesting.
That's
like the AI
I would say
stuff,
like
but-
last
The
10
AI
years.
stuff,
Like I'm
yeah.
talking like phones went from flip to like little
I
massive
agree.
computers
Yeah,
in your
true.
pockets. It's like stuff like that.
But once you're at iPhone, like I don't know
But
how
I
different
think
is
we're
it?
plateauing.
Yeah, I definitely think we're
I think we're gonna
plateauing.
wait till the like super duper revolution or something.
The
Yeah.
super duper
The
revolution.
Super duper revolution.
Super duper revolution.
They're calling
Yeah.
it the super duper revolution.
Everyone has superpowers.
And that's the thing is, I don't know what that next revolution would be because I look at the technology that we
Like,
have.
we've done
Like
it.
I'm sure people in the 90s
Yeah.
were like, how could it possibly get better?
Yeah.
And it just does.
We're gonna get like
Yeah.
teleporting.
Boston
I don't
Dynamics
know.
keeps coming out with those videos every year, and I'm like,
Robotic
how
revolution?
many times can they push that robot
But
over?
there's also things that, like, I feel like that's still, I don't know, I guess that is happening, but like that stuff doesn't really affect our lives, right? Like as far as like the technology that affects our lives, it feels like it hasn't changed.
I mean, it doesn't until
It doesn't until it does.
Until it does. Until they're
No, you're
like
right, you're
the
right.
new like super duper robot.
Yeah.
with
Which
super
is at everyone's
learning
house or
capabilities.
whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if AI is part of this like information. I guess it is,
Yeah.
right?
I think it
It's like
is.
the
It has
digital
to be.
revolution.
Yeah, the digital revolution, more or less.
Yeah, so it's like maybe we're just in this like 20-year long crux
we
of
might
like
be.
I also feel like it's just so jam packed because I feel like
But it
you
is, right,
said,
it's
like
jam-packed.
like agriculture, like or transportation. You're like
all figure
you're
that shit
like,
out so
you're like,
fast.
oh, we've got a horse and a buggy,
Yeah.
and then 1,000 years later, they're like, we have 2 horses, and they're
Yeah.
like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, because I think if you do the math, like the distance
Tricycle.
between like the first airplane and the first like trip to space is like 40 years. Like that's crazy.
that
Yeah.
Like
expands
that
that, like,
level.
yeah.
Because it does, you're right. It happens on a really compressed timeline. And then I feel like then everything is just dormant. And maybe it never will be
Gotcha.
again, right? Maybe now because technology has moved so fast, maybe we'll just constantly be having that level of innovations. But I don't really think we will.
So it sounds like we're getting close to human tube.
maybe we're getting
Dude,
closer than we
if
thought.
we're-
we
if
would
we're-
do.
if
Are you
we're
talking about the tubular revolution?
Yeah.
Maybe getting closer to human too. The tubular revolution. Oh my
Can't think of a
The
worse.
tubulution.
Can't think of a worse way to die than in the
Yeah.
tube.
Let me tell you something. I'm never taking that human tube. I am not.
I don't
taking
think
that
I
human
could
tube.
either.
It's too
Maybe
way
I
too
wouldn't. I
scary.
wouldn't be part of the beta testing
No,
of human tube.
not even when it's on the alpha testing.
You know what I
don't
want?
want to be involved.
I want zip lines. Give me zip lines, baby.
Zipline.
I
I
couldn't
think
think,
we
of a
should have
slower,
This is
in
not,
a less efficient way.
disrespectfully, this is a bad idea.
No.
That's crazy.
Like,
Everything is just
disrespect like that. That had all the components
It
of
hurts,
making me
it
feel
hurts
bad.
more.
like, what?
All right.
Why would ziplines be good?
I think I just want to. I think I want to call it that.
No, you know what? No, he's got to sit in this. All right, you get back on that couch. You don't hit.
Explain why the
explain
ziplines
it.
are good.
Explain it, and
Maybe-
then we can take a break.
Yeah.
Imagine. There's like little stations,
Okay.
Right.
and they go really high up.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Right.
So it's like you walk over to your nearest zip station, and it's like a giant tower.
Yeah.
The tower can also be a little tourist thing you can see around the area.
Okay.
And the tower,
Do you like looking at
bunch of
things?
zip lines connected to like different areas and
Yeah.
locations and other towers and stuff.
I have so many
and you-
like logical questions
Nope.
that I cannot
Nope.
wait to ask
Nope.
after.
Nope.
No.
No, you don't. And,
No, you don't.
and
No, you do not.
You do not. And you grab a zip line and you buckle in,
Uh-huh.
and you just go.
Yeah.
And you can have a little table. You can work on some stuff while you're zip lining and stuff.
This
And
just feels
you're
like-
just
he's
you're
talking
just
about the
cruising.
basics of a
like
zip
worse
line.
cars.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you don't have to drive.
What if it's raining?
What?
What if it's raining?
or storming or snowing.
Wear an umbrella.
What if it's cold?
Wear a jacket? What the fuck? What do you want me to tell
Why
you?
wouldn't I
dude?
just get in my
crazy.
car?
Just get in your
How?
car.
Okay,
This
here's
is
my,
worse
here's
car.
my big
This is worse
logical
car.
question.
Yeah.
How does the zip line get back?
Great question.
They have workers who will detach. And
Okay, so
bring
you're
it
gonna
back.
have like
Oh no,
a
a
worker
better
at the
idea.
end
You
of
bring
every
your own
zip
zip
line.
line. You just bring that thing.
Okay,
Okay, actually,
That
that's
was
a kind of
actually-
good solve. That's a really
Goddamn,
good
that's
solve.
good. Okay,
That's a really good
here's
solve.
my next question.
Yeah.
Zip lines work on gravity because
Yeah.
one point is much higher than the
That's
other.
why the
How the
station
hell do you get back home? Because you're now at the bottom.
You find another tower.
So you're
It's
talking
like
about
a
in,
station.
let's say
It's like a
Pasadena
train
and
station.
Burbank.
House.
There's the main huge
And then
towers.
there's like mini towers in between.
Can you transfer to a lower tower, or do you have to go all the way to the
Oh,
ground?
yeah, for
oh,
sure.
I got
Back
to
up.
transfer
For sure.
stations.
If you want to go to like another city,
Yeah.
you have to take a few different. It's like a train. You got to take a few different trains to get to where you want to go.
I just feel like trains would be better than the zip.
Oh, they are
line
better.
now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we've given
Far
up on
better.
that.
How
I mean,
fast?
That's not gonna happen.
How fast would you go?
as fast as you want, man.
I don't like that. That makes me very
I'm gonna look up
nervous.
how fast the
zip line can
fastest.
go.
Here's the thing. I know it's not faster than cars. It's not faster than
I'd say
cars.
safer than cars.
It is definitely. Well,
I actually don't
actually,
think.
I think
it
so.
might be safer than
I think
cars.
so.
Cars are pretty
Because you're on a
unsafe,
set.
so-
You're on a
shit.
set line.
Oh shit!
How fast?
The world's fastest zip line, located in Zip World in North Wales, can reach speeds up to and over 100 miles an hour.
We gotta go.
You know,
They're doing
he's
some
got
real.
us
They're doing some
there.
real testing out
He's
there.
got
The
us
zip tech
there.
in North Wales is out of control.
Big
Imagine
investment.
everyone has to
tech.
like wear like harnesses around all the time though. Like
Yeah.
it'd be so cumbersome.
Then you can like style them, and you can kind of have
Yes,
something
put, like, a
cool.
pin on 'em or
yeah,
something.
and everyone gets a parachute just in case.
Oh, I don't.
Why-
I don't like to have just.
That's
There's
crazy.
gonna be accidents.
That's crazy.
probably.
Think about
That'd be
it.
like getting.
Think about it.
God, sorry. Getting on a train.
You can't even. You
Sorry.
can't
He's
even
so
comprehend.
overwhelmed, his
That'd
body
be-
cannot.
what would you
handle it.
do if you got on a plane and they handed you a parachute? And you're like, just in
Honestly,
case. Don't
I'd
freak
feel
out,
a little
but just
better.
in case.
Feel a little better.
Actually, I think I would.
I think
too.
I would too. Yeah, no, I like the parachute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
I think
wouldn't
maybe
they give me
should we just
that?
always have parachutes.
Why wouldn't they
Is that-
give me that?
Yeah, it kind of feels like they don't want you to have it.
I guess we should bring our
You
own
got a lot to
parachute.
think about.
No, you know
I
what?
wonder. I don't think they'd let you take a parachute on a plane.
I don't think so either.
I think they
would.
should give it to me. I think my seat
They
should
should,
have
I
one.
agree with you. It should be under the seat, but I don't think they'd let you take one on board.
No,
Like,
because
it's gotta be
if
a
that thing
TSA rule.
explode, like that
Yeah.
thing is.
Well, I also think
That would take a while.
you don't want to invite the possibility of someone jumping out of the plane. Like
That's true.
I think it's too tempting if someone
It's
has
too
a
much of a
parachute.
like. Go ahead and try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's think about it.
Yeah.
We'll think about it.
We'll
Yeah,
workshop.
we'll take a break and think
Let
about
the
it.
viewers
Yeah.
know.
All right, we've calmed down.
Yeah,
we are
kinda
good.
Resettled.
We've all.
Everyone get the energy
Everyone's
out.
all in on the zipline idea now,
Well,
and that's
you didn't say
good.
that.
Welcome back, to episode 71 of the Couch Kids podcast. Andrew, give us a little fun fact about the Couch Kids podcast.
Directing the
Go for it.
narrative
Woo, fun fact.
Fun fact?
Yeah.
Like a real fun fact?
You've been doing fun facts.
Sure,
lately?
yeah.
I like fun facts.
Fun fact Friday.
Oh,
Fun fact Friday. Oh my
yeah.
God.
Oh, you know what, Clem? I'll throw this up too. I don't think we have the original one, but the logo used to be. It was similar, but different.
Oh.
Yeah. So the original logo of the Couch Kids,
Oh,
we've
yes.
got like I don't think Colton still has the original art, but Colton
We got it
originally
somewhere,
did.
yeah.
Colton originally did the art, and there was a version where it was like
It was like a couch shape.
it was couch shape, and the words were like shaped like the couch. I guess that's exactly what
It's,
we have.
it's,
Okay. Yeah,
I think the
yeah.
logo now is that turned.
Yes.
So
So
Yeah,
there you
we'll
go.
throw that-
That's how about that?
That is a fun fact.
Is that fun?
I'm trying to think of like a real fun fact.
yeah, I guess we're
Yeah.
not
I mean,
that
it's
fun.
episode 71. That's a fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
70 fun.
70. That's what people say.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what people
Yeah,
they've
I've
been
heard people say
saying
that
it.
before.
I got a little
Damn,
headline
well,
havoc.
I'll try to think about it.
Something quicksy to get
Headline
us back into it.
havoc.
The Coucho play that. The
Headline havoc song.
Okay. He gets there. He gets there.
Headline havoc.
Okay, cool. So this is one that I've had kind of booked for a while.
Genius
And I've
man
never-
develops zipline tech.
Okay, this is from 3 months ago from CNBC.
This is breaking news, yep.
How shopping malls are being transformed into apartments in
I
the
have
U.S.
a lot to discuss
Oh.
about this.
So, Andrew, have you seen this? It's like they're grabbing empty malls and changing the stores into little apartments.
So
and then,
I could
like,
live in an old Hot Topic
Yes.
or
Yeah.
Spencer's Gifts.
But they
my
like-
front door is the garage
Yeah,
thing.
it's like Frankenstein.
Just a bunch of dildos on the wall.
But then it's like
Yep.
they keep the bottom part
Yeah.
stores. So
Yeah.
there's still like a place for you to hang out and like do stuff.
Oh.
But like the upstairs are like apartments, but they're doored up and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
So there's some interesting challenges with this. I've watched a lot of videos about this. Sorry, Ari, I don't want to
Go for it. No, I wanted this.
I've seen a lot of videos. One of the challenges is that, like, your main window is the window that like faces the mall, right? And sometimes they can build a window out the back, but it's a more challenging process, right? Because think about it, malls, you don't have windows out the back of a store.
Only the front.
So your main window is like the storefront window, which is like where everyone's walking, where the thing is. The other issue with some of them is sometimes there's like a permit issue where you can't put a real kitchen in there, so you have to just use hot plates.
Right.
So those are some of the issues that
awful.
I've seen with them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that it is actually like the coolest fucking idea on earth. I think it's such a smart idea.
Despite any like shortcomings, if they were like, we got the Burbank Mall, it's like what, 6 stories or some shit, and we cleared them all out, and they're all like little units, like 1 to 2 bedroom little units.
It's amazing.
But then the bottom, like the food court's still there, and like there's a movie theater still there and stuff. Sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think it sounds fun for a year.
It's like way too much activity.
I think like your place would stink like Auntie Anne. Like I love Auntie Anne's, but
you don't want your place to smell like Auntie Anne's?
Not all the time.
Okay, interesting.
Every once in a while, but like, what if you lived above like a place you don't want it to smell
How's this
like?
different than living in a city?
Great question. It's a great question.
Because does your apartment smell like a mall food court?
I mean, what I'm saying is that if you live in like a high rise in a city,
Yeah.
your apartment
you're
doesn't smell
above
like the
something.
city
Yeah,
streets.
but you can at least like have there's no ventilation. It's just mall.
What if there is
It's
ventilation?
pumping in mall into mall.
They could probably put
No,
ventilation.
there's like air conditioning and stuff.
Yeah.
Because each one of these, think about it. You go into a store at a
Right.
mall. It doesn't
Right.
smell like an Auntie Anne's. It smells like the store.
That's a good point, actually.
That is a good point.
So it's
actually.
like they have
You know what?
each
Yeah.
unit has its
Has its
own
own-
air
yeah.
conditioning
That's
and
true.
stuff. So
That's
it's
true.
like
I will say too, I'm not sure they ever actually did it, but there was like a lot of talk in my hometown for a while about converting like a mall that is almost a cent. There's like 5 stores maybe tops. It's into a huge mall, converting the upstairs floors into dorms. Which was like that. I think is
Oh.
very smart.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
for the
cool.
local college, because I also think too,
I like the idea for
people
college,
are
yeah.
more willing to live in like more unconventional places when they're younger, right?
Yes.
So like
Yeah.
I can understand you're not totally wrong, right? For like us now at our advanced age, you know,
30
we may
or
not be
40.
30 or 40. We may not be willing to live over like a store, but I don't know, man. If you're like 21, you're like in college, I think it'd be fun as hell.
it's like for a college student, that looks fun.
Yeah,
that looks cool.
absolutely.
It's like you're just like, oh, like let's just go catch a movie real quick.
Yeah.
And get some Auntie Anne's
Dude,
for
that'd be
dinner
so
again.
sick to
Again.
live in the Burbank Mall and just walk up to that theater. That'd be so
Yeah,
fun.
right.
that would be
And then
cool.
it's like the mall is probably located in another like area,
Yeah.
right? Like a downtown, hopefully area, and then you can like go out there.
Yeah.
I think the scary thing would be never leaving the mall.
Yeah, which would be very easy
Like
to do,
your
especially
life
in a place.
is just
Yes.
this building.
I think
That's
about that
spooky.
of like coming from a cold place too. Of like, yeah, you can see a world where like you just don't go out fucking side. You're like,
Yeah.
it's too cold out there. If there's a grocery store in here and a coffee shop, why would I ever
Yeah,
leave?
there's no window, so it's
No
like
window. Yeah,
there's
so
no
I don't really know what's
outdoor
going
light.
on.
Yeah.
That is kind of spooky.
Yeah, the no outdoor light could be. I feel like you need to
That
find a
would
way
kill.
to get
That would kill me.
like.
But if you're on the top story,
Yeah.
they can add little skylights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if you're in the middle story?
When I was in college, one of my dorm rooms didn't have any windows, and I will say I did get really weird in there. Like, I just feel like you really do lose track of the days. Like,
There's like an incubation.
it felt that way.
Because
like,
all light is artificial light. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yes.
you'd wake up, it's like turning on the big light every day.
It is very
Yeah.
like simulation esque. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
like you're like, oh, this is my apartment, but like behind the walls are like scientists like taking notes of you, and it's like we're actually in a mall. Like,
What's this giant window behind you? Oh, this mirror. Giant mirror.
I do think it's such a great way to repurpose space, though, which is like something that I feel like we
Yeah.
have to get more and more creative about. Because like, if storefronts are essentially like going away and like physical retail is, but there's still like a housing crisis, it's like, well, that just makes so much sense.
It makes
Like,
sense. It
yeah.
definitely makes sense.
the plot is there.
The plot's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of parking too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so much parking. Oh my god, we so easy to have friends over.
I would say there'd be like less car stuff you have to do. You know,
True.
you probably don't even need to have a car. If
You might not. Yeah.
It's less payments for you.
Right.
It's less wear and tear on the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good for the environment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good for Auntie Anne's.
Yep.
Good for very good for the
Very good.
shoes.
Very good for
Dude,
A&A.
can you imagine if you had like a 24-hour Auntie Anne's in there?
I
oh
would
my god.
Fucking go feral.
Yeah, of course everyone would. Like,
Oh my
I think you
God.
might even accidentally go feral when it was closed, right? So you can still maybe you could still smell it a little bit. and
Same,
you're
I'd say no kitchen. Just give me a little like dispenser, like butter,
Oh.
caramel
get a
mustard.
pneumatic tube from the Auntie Anne's stand to your apartment.
I hit a button, like, Mongolian beef flies out of the tube onto a plate.
It's pretty sick. Tube tech.
Tube tech.
This is
Tech.
tube tech. Tube tech was made for Mongolian beef.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Balls and tube tech. Absolutely. Yeah. So
Match
something
made
to
in
think
heaven.
about.
That is
Yeah.
something to think about.
It'd be
All
cool
right.
if we were able to rent a unit at a mall as our podcast recording studio.
That's a
would
great
love
Because it's like
that.
you don't
idea.
need windows.
Yeah.
You could just grab
That's what you should be
food.
doing with most. What you got in LA?
Dude, make
He's got a podcast.
Dude, make those like recording studios.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
That'd be
They're
awesome.
pretty
very good
quiet, like
idea.
in terms, like, because you don't want to hear the store next to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have speakers.
They actually, guys, a business that just rents out space for podcasts. If she even had all the like equipment, I actually would go crazy in LA.
They
It's
do.
cool.
They have
Yeah.
a bunch.
Do they have them?
They do.
We've
We've
looked into it.
It's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Because they
there's-
charge you per like session, and it's
course,
a few
yeah.
$100s.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So to
'Cause you have to make money. Like,
you
I
got to
get
get, and usually you got to get an engineer to like do all the recording for you.
it. I see. Okay.
There's one in Burbank, and
Mm-hmm.
I got an ad for it, and I was like, oh my god, let's just use this because it's like the chairs, the everything,
Yeah,
the cameras,
they
and
got
everything.
everything.
But it's like you pay per tech, and it ends up being
Yeah.
like $300 an hour, and you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
we're not that
That's
good.
quite an investment.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want. I also don't want the tech listening to us be like.
That's
I don't want to be like.
How do you feel about pneumatic tubes? Love them.
Thank you.
Okay, so
That's
malls.
Malls.
I stand by. I think it's cool to live there for a year or dorms.
Yeah.
Dorms would be
I like
sick.
that.
Dorms think
I
is a
like that.
very
Or,
good idea.
or recording studio.
Dorms are essentially malls. Like
Yeah.
I mean, they got the food thing.
the food court's usually at the
Often,
bottom.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Something to think
All right,
about.
so we've all agreed. We're down.
Cool.
We're
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're happy. We're in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get into it. Now let's really go at the neck. Calcio, question of the week song. Go. Question of the week. Ow! You got it. All right, Sammy,
Kind of good.
lay it on us.
All right, guys. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is your beige flag? Now, I know we're a little late to the beige flag Discord. I feel like this was really hopping like 6 months ago,
Oh,
but they don't
fuck.
let me in the studio very often. So, you know, it's
Don't
coming
like the
in a
phrasing.
little-
We don't let you.
Coming in a little late.
We like to let things
but
settle.
Yes, you know.
We're not-
We're reviving the
thing
trend.
is, we're not jumping on the first thing we
Yes.
see because that could be dangerous.
That
you
could
know,
be, right? You don't know where it's
we
gonna go.
we like to marinate.
Yes.
We like to
Mull over.
We like to
Mull
mull.
over.
We
Yeah.
all like to
Ari's
mull.
a
Yeah.
big
So,
mole.
Wait,
Big
before we
mulled
get,
wine
you know
guy.
about this? No, not
No.
even a mull.
No.
I'm just a big molar.
You just like the mole.
He
So
Ari
An-
fucking loves mulling. He
Well,
loves
okay.
mulling shit over for
No,
weeks.
because Andrew will be
Just
like,
likes the mole.
decide right now. We're
Yep.
Ooh, that's what you're saying.
3 days in Florida. We gotta go. I got to buy tickets. Let's do it. And I
Yeah.
say, I gotta mull it over,
Interesting.
and I will mull it over until the day before the flight.
Wow. Okay.
Correct. And then me on the other side that's
You're
like
right,
we
you're
fucking
rarer.
need it now.
You're a
And
rarer.
Ari's just like, yeah, just give me
need like another-
just give me a couple days to
Wow.
think about it and then
And then I'll forget about
he'll
it.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm curious, where does Colton fall in the spectrum?
Colton
He's kinda-
agrees
Yeah.
to do it
Yes.
immediately.
Yes.
And then
We'll forget
moles?
about
and then we'll forget about
I
it
see,
and
I
then
see.
we'll realize
It's a wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 50-50.
Where do you guys think I am on the spectrum?
I think you're in. I think you're closer to me.
I think you're more on the sounds good.
Yeah, I'm a decider. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's just. Andrew, you want to go to Florida for 3 days? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's go to Florida.
I'll let you know in
Guys,
5 seconds.
Guys, I
Yeah.
am so down.
Yeah.
Just let me think about it.
Yeah. Because
I like mulling.
usually it's like tickets.
I think I hate decisions, so I just want them to be over faster. So
agree.
I'm like, here we
That's
go.
fair. That's really
now it's
fair.
over.
I'm just like
I think
if I don't. Yeah.
I'm so scared of double booking because I've done it before.
I see, I
and
see.
I feel like shit when I
Choose
do
a
it.
calendar. What are you
Yeah.
talking
What do you?
about?
Why don't you just
'Cause
look at your
some-
fucking calendar right away?
The thing is, I'm pretty good about my calendar, but
Yeah.
I always like overthink it, and then I feel like I'm missing that one thing,
I see.
and
I
it'll
see,
happen.
yeah.
It fucks me up, dude.
Huh.
I guess it's more on me than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
But he loves to mull.
He
So
loves to
whenever
mull.
whenever
I'm
I
a mole,
ask
baby.
whenever I ask
He's a mole.
Ari a question, I know that there's gonna be because I
There's
was
a
actually
period,
gonna
there's a
ask him
mulling
today
period.
about another event happening, and
Yeah.
I'll ask you. And
got a
he just
mull.
hates. He
doesn't-
hates.
he doesn't want it.
Like it's such a burden to ask him about doing things because he's like, oh no.
Really think about he's gonna
another
crush those
thing.
numbers, you know?
Yeah, that's why a lot of times I'll just contact Megan directly,
Yeah.
and Megan's like, "Let's figure it out," and
Yeah.
then we get
Just
it, and then
bypass the Ari system.
Ari's like on the side of the road. He's like, "Well, I guess I'm going to this."
See, that's that.
I mean, it's a
can't.
good idea,
I
to
can't
be
mull
honest.
over something Megan's decided on. That's
Yeah.
already been decided.
Yeah, that's a good workaround,
It's
Andrew.
honestly it's a
Yeah.
smart thing. Yeah.
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 Wow.
Am I tearing my hair out? Yes, but
Yeah.
you get
I
your
know he is.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're happy.
He once told me that like in confidence, and then like the next day I was
That
like,
he was a
I'm so
molar?
sorry, we have to figure this out.
It was while I was driving too, and I like pull over and I look at my phone. There's 50 new messages with like a chain Megan's in.
Yeah.
and I'm like, what
Things
am
I feel like
doing?
do escalate fast. Like
'Cause they
whenever-
have to.
Whenever a
They-
decision
it
has to
makes
be made,
sense,
like
yeah.
it's
And money's
just,
involved?
Everyone's going
Big money?
crazy. Big money.
Yeah.
Big money.
I don't do
Yeah.
anything unless it's
I'm-
big money.
Of
Thing
course
is, I'm
not.
I'm a big fan of the like. I guess this only works for like big events like traveling, right?
Yeah.
Where it's the like let's pick a time. 7 p.m. tonight. Let's
we'll
talk about
discuss.
booking hotels, like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I don't
But
have time
you
for
can't
that.
you can't do that
Andrew's
for every
enough
little
time.
thing. I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, it did work when we were doing like our big travels. That definitely worked. Like the like
what you gotta
having like
do.
a little meetings.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think when you have a lot of people involved,
Yeah.
that's helpful. But
A lot of people like me and Andrew.
yeah,
two
it's just the
people.
two of you just trying to decide. Like I imagine like you're just like, oh, do you want to get coffee next week? And I was like, fuck,
When are you thinking?
gotta really. Where is it? What time? Like
Okay, no, that's cool. Yeah.
I just gotta. Check.
So like the morning, what are we thinking? Like what hours? this is
Ooh,
exactly.
gotta-
Anyway, beige flag.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Stop!
that-
Don't say
I was
that.
like, I don't think that's Ari's beige. I think that's too controversial.
Okay, we should not be
but-
pointing out each other's beige flags. I just want to make that.
Sammy, can you also, for anybody that
Oh,
doesn't know what it
yes.
is, what is a beige flag?
So my interpretation of a beige flag is it's something that is like essentially like kind of neutral and something that I feel like maybe could be seen as like being a little bad, but in actuality is like, nah,
Not that bad.
like, yeah, it's just like, that's fine. Like, oh, it's just like a thing about you that is, yeah, largely neither good nor bad, but I feel like it's often something that is like a little bit like steadfast. Like, that's just how I am.
Yes, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's not an immediate bad thing.
No, it's definitely not.
It could
And
lead to
and
a
it's
bad
not,
thing.
and it's not an immediate good thing.
But it's like, yeah, not a good thing.
It's just
either.
I consider so I have probably several beige flags, but I think my number one beige flag is that I'm always down to go back to the hotel.
Oh.
And I think it's a good
Oh,
beige
I-
flag
that's a
because it's
good
like,
quality.
That's an incredible quality, actually.
but I feel like a lot of times it's not because I feel like then like I encourage people to like let's just go back and vibe, which like isn't always the energy.
well, I like
but I'm
that you
always
don't,
down to go.
I
back.
like that you don't make it other people's problem.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're not
But if
putting
someone else
out-
wants to go back to the hotel, I'm like, I'll go with you.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fine. You're not
my God, you guys
pushing.
think it's
You're not
a-
pushing
yes,
big
stop.
hotel on
Yeah,
anybody.
yes, that's true.
I'd
Big
say
bed.
that's
Yeah.
a green flag of yours. That
my
you're
God.
able to
Nice.
know what you want
Yeah.
and not make it the group.
Well,
It's
a lot of
almost-
times I don't even necessarily want it. It's just like I'm down. Like
It's
you wanna
almost
go back to the
easier
hotel?
for me
Let's go
because I
back.
know that I've got somebody that
Yeah.
will go back to the hotel.
I just
Yeah.
did the mole over
Yeah.
for a few hours. I'm going
You know,
back
walk
to the
around
hotel
for
right now.
hours thinking about it. Like, yeah.
Let me just think. I'll get back to you tomorrow about this.
The only other one I know off top that is this one maybe is even more beige is that I'm on Hopecore TikTok, which I think is a beige.
Are we doing
beige
what we
TikTok.
think our beige
Yeah,
flags
that's what
are?
I think mine
Oh,
is.
I was
yeah.
gonna just list a beige flag.
Yeah.
Oh, I was listening to my own beige flags.
We can do that too.
I mean that's cool. I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
think of. I feel like I have a lot
Oh,
of
you're perfect.
red
Yeah,
flags.
no, I think you're just perfect.
Just
No.
right.
I feel like I'm just.
Hopecore.
Yeah, Hopecore TikTok.
What's that?
Have you never been on Hopecore TikTok? It's just like feel good TikTok, which is like
Oh.
embarrassing and cringe, but also like kind of nice, which
Yes.
is another reason I think it's a beige flags. It's just like, yeah, but it is like, it's like cringe.
I get the one of a guy who's just like, I like saying good morning to people until
so
they say good
nice?
morning back to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, it is very like, you're like, oh, this is so
Yeah.
fucking snappy.
But it's also kinda
But then
nice.
at the end, I'm always like kind of smiling. Because he like gets people to like wave to him and stuff. He's like, that's a win for today, guys.
I love that.
I hope court stuff like
love
the
Hopecore.
cheesier the music.
Yes.
It's like a little kid.
Oh, I don't have enough-
it's
Usually
like a
that.
dog being reunited with a soldier, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Emotional terrorism.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can tell how like there's something about it 'cause it's so packaged and
Yeah.
so like they're doing it so specifically and so intentionally, but it works.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
They finally graduated
Yeah.
high school or something. It's like, oh.
Her dad wasn't able to make it to their reunion, so they threw a graduation
Dude,
around
whenever
his
it's like
wheelchair.
someone
Yep.
hasn't seen a family member for like 20 years and they just like freak out, it's like, oh my god,
Does it get you
like,
you
what a
sobbing?
crazy. Oh yeah, I
Oh,
love
yeah.
crying when I watch
Sammy,
TikTok.
speaking of Hopecore,
Yeah,
I got you know Paco the parrot.
no,
Do you like parrots? You
I
like
love
birds?
parrots. Yeah,
So Paco the parrot is this like, parrot who has this
Makes
like
sense.
who has this like beak
Yeah.
malformation, and he's like very like not doing good. But I'm gonna send you these videos. I'll put it on the screen
Please
as well.
do, yeah.
But it's pretty much just a rehabilitation of Paco,
Aw.
and he's just like the sweetest boy. They like file his like thing down, and then they give him a bath, and they're like, "Here's how he looked before," and he's just like, "Ah!" And then they're like after, and he's all happy, and he's like bathing. There's a whole series. They're like Paco's first nail
love
trimming.
Paco.
People people want to die for this bird.
I get it.
Mhm.
I
I
already do
get
it. I've
it.
only heard the description.
Somebody in the comment was like, holy fucking shit, I cared for Paco when I was a vet like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
This bird's 30, by the way.
Wow.
And
Wow.
the like owner was a drug
live
addict
forever.
and like didn't take care of the bird, and then like the friend
no.
had to bring it in, and then the owner came back and stole the bird back. And
Whoa.
I've been thinking about this bird for years.
big drama.
And now I know that the bird's okay, and I'm like crying, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh.
I love that.
Oh my
Paco,
God.
my fucking,
Yeah.
my fucking boy, Paco. Fucking Paco.
Dude, I'm so invested, and I literally just have the stories. I've never even seen.
I'm gonna
his
send you these
beautiful face.
videos. They're
Please do.
incredible. Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
I'll cry. I love
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. Animal ones.
Yeah.
The ones with like cows are seeing the sun for the first time.
Oh,
And they'll like
man.
open the door and then, like all the cows are like jumping. And
Yeah.
Fuck me up.
Yeah.
Fuck me up.
I feel like I don't flush the toilet enough.
That's leaning,
beige side.
leaning a
That's
little,
red.
leaning a little red.
refuse to wipe.
Yeah.
I don't think Hope Core's that bad.
No, Hope Corners, but you've
It's pretty cringe. Like if you saw some of the
really? I think
videos in
there's
my life,
worse.
the amount of times I have liked that video of, you guys know the two brothers that are like runners, and one of them is like fading at the finish line. He's like about to collapse. And the other brother comes up behind him and like grabs him and then shoves him across the finish line.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I've saved so many versions of that video.
It's always like
version.
it's different.
It's
uploads
different
of
Ed
it.
Something
Sheeran
they
songs
cut
or
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, when your legs don't move like
they
they
used
used to before.
I know we're doing ourselves.
I didn't think we were doing ourselves.
Do it yourselves. It's way more fun.
I know.
Just like generic.
I do think the
visuals.
molding
Horrible
thing
things.
is a very that is a bit. You're getting me thinking now. And I
Wait,
need
what,
to-
about what?
the molding thing's over. I
The
don't
molding
like
thing's
that.
over. Yeah.
I don't like.
Oh,
it.
you know, so it's not about the visual flag more. You just think that you don't like that about yourself.
Well, I could say that about myself. I
Yeah.
am very pushy.
No.
I will say, I
But you get
actually,
things done though.
I'd
That's
like
the
to make
thing.
an argument on both of your behalves.
Mm-hmm.
I think that all friendships benefit from those like push pulls, right?
Hmm.
Like you need an Andrew who's going to push you to make the plan, but you probably also need an Ari who's going to be like, is this really a good plan? Like I actually think that's a very
Yeah.
like strong combination of people. Because if you have two Andrews, if it's just me and Andrew planning a trip, we're going to end up in a country we don't have like fucking passports for.
So then
because
it
we guys
sounds
got
like
so
we don't
excited
need
and
Colton.
didn't.
That's what I was gonna say. And then you need a Colton who's gonna agree with both of us at the same
You
time.
need- you
Forget
need
the
a
plan.
Colton, you need a Colton so that when you're filming the series, it's not Andrew talking to himself and Ari talking to himself. So they're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to some guy who's like kind of in the middle, you know?
Yeah, I would say a beige flag for me is I jump into things. I get
Yeah.
very obsessed with
Yeah.
things, ideas, shows, movies, whatever it is, and I jump like full in.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
in whenever I get like a little thing that my next thing.
Yeah.
What's your current thing?
great question?
Lorcana. It's
Is what?
Lorcana.
Oh,
It's
oh,
Lorcana.
yes.
It's
No way.
Lorcana.
What?
Watch him
Dude,
do the
I
cards.
went full.
Full
Like-
fucking ham on this
I mean, you're
thing.
going to like tournaments.
I am going to tournaments now, which
Yeah.
is crazy
He's
that
winning tournaments.
He's
I
winning
just got
tournaments.
into it like, 2 months ago,
Yeah.
2-3 months ago, and now I'm in.
Yeah.
And I'm developing my own card game, which is great.
Damn, wait, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'd like to rescind my question about the beige flag, and I'd like to ask a different question
Oh, okay.
instead.
All the listeners just forget what
Just
you
forget we're not
everything
gonna cut
you
it.
just
Just
we're
forget
gonna cut
it.
it.
Just
Just
forget it. What chess piece would you be?
oh,
Isn't that a fun one?
that is a fun one.
So there is like the let's
There's
list
a
them all.
pawn. You could be a
Pawn.
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 Pawn,
Knight.
the knight, the rook, the
Rook.
bishop, the king, and the queen.
Okay, so I don't.
Big pawn energy over here.
Whoa.
Okay.
But it's
does
not our
sound
it's
cozy.
not our it's not our favorite, right?
No. It's which one would you be?
Okay, so
Dang.
I don't know much about chess. What
Okay.
are? Can you roughly?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So the rooks are little castles, and they only move up. They only move up, down, left, right.
Straight. They
They
can't
move on like
diagonally.
straight axes.
Sounds-
And then the bishop is like a little guy, and he's got like a little bulb on his head,
Mm-hmm.
and he moves diagonally.
Only diagonally.
Only diagonally.
Okay.
And then the knight moves in an L pattern.
Oh.
Always. So
Always.
it's always
straight or
So it's always
left or-
up one over two or up two over one.
in any
Oh,
direction.
In any direction.
Like L.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. The queen can go anywhere. She's the queen. The king can only move one space.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
One space around anywhere.
Yeah.
And the pawns can only move forward or if they're knocking
Yeah.
somebody out diagonally.
What was?
Actually,
the,
they can only move diagonally. If they're
Wait,
knocking
what's
someone.
pawn space movement?
Pawn,
Just-
you move. Yeah, you can move one forward or two forward if it's your first turn.
Uh-huh.
And then you can do what's it called when you a past pawn. There's they can do like a little special move. It's
Ooh,
that's a little
okay.
secret.
That's cool. I love it.
It's like mise en place. It's like a French
Mise en place.
Mise en place.
Yeah. You're,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
when you were Grand Chess Master a few years ago, right?
A couple years ago, you know,
Yeah.
I don't talk about it. We don't bring it up on the pod because I
Right.
don't want to make you guys feel bad about it. Because
Right.
we were in that. Andrew and I were we were versus each other. So it was one of
And
us was going to be grandmaster.
She took me down with a mise en place, which I did not.
Are you
I
guys
didn't-
big chess
I didn't
people?
see coming.
I did.
You play a lot of chess?
I know how to play. I don't.
I also just know how to play.
Yeah, I'm not very good
This
at
is
it.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the pieces. So pawns can be a little sneaky. I think of myself as a knight because I'm unpredictable.
Whoa.
But also, once you learn my patterns, very predictable.
Sammy, I was going to say you picked the piece that has the most predictable.
Yep. But I seem unpredictable. And then once you know, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
She's
Plus, it's a
very
pony. It's a
predictable.
pony,
And
which
she
is-
is a pony.
What's the castle one?
The rook.
And that can go.
Straight, up, down, left, right.
I'm feeling connected to that.
You're feeling connected to the rook. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel connected to the bishop.
Wait, that's actually kind of
Diagonal?
beautiful.
I love a diagonal. Like I
Yeah.
love it's just
that
like
kinda
does make
sweeping.
sense.
That kind of plays with us because it's
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
like staying on the beaten path.
That's true.
I'm willing to send it forward, but it needs to be
Yeah.
in sight. You know.
Yeah.
And I can get there. I just am
Yeah.
gonna
But
take
Andrew's
He's gonna take a little bit of a
he's gonna take a
weird-
little bit of a weird turn.
Listen,
on
also,
it.
I'm going to go on.
But Andrew, we end up in the same place.
you end up in the same
love it.
place.
Yeah.
And Sammy's somewhere else.
I'm somewhere else.
We don't know where
Sammy's
Sammy-
stabbing somebody over there.
I just killed a pawn on E10. Things got crazy.
Yeah,
You just stabbed somebody in the face. Now, what do you think Colton is? I think there's a chance he's maybe also a knight. He's also a bit of a wild card.
Bit of a wild card.
He's a
Yeah.
bit of a wild card.
Colton
feels like I don't like a king.
I was gonna say
okay.
I kind of like I was thinking the same like the
Yeah.
one spot
Yes.
Yeah,
At
one
a-
step at a time.
One step at a time,
time.
measured, but very
Yeah.
important.
very
Yeah.
important.
The most important.
There
most
is an
important.
end
Most
game.
important. Yeah.
It's not exactly planned out,
Yeah.
but one step at a time,
Right.
kind of getting there.
And
I
we
can
would
see that.
we would die for him.
Yeah, so true. We've done it before, you know?
Yeah.
So glad you're back, by the way.
We didn't kill Colton at the beginning of this episode.
No, why would we do that?
Oh, great.
He's a
Yeah.
king.
Yeah. We gotta protect
Then it'd be
him.
checkmate on the
Yeah.
show, right?
Maybe I
Yeah,
am
that's
a
what the
pawn.
show ends.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. I like that. That's great.
It's a fun
Yeah.
question, right?
No, you guys got two.
Yeah.
We got, there you go.
Well, I mean, one of
You
them we
got-
rescinded. We rescinded the
Nope.
first one.
We don't rescind
we
anything
don't
on this
rescind.
podcast.
Nothing's rescind. Nothing's
Unrescind.
rescind. Nothing's rescind.
All right, I think
Damn.
we should wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Andrew, where can they find us?
They can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Couch Kids Podcast. If you have any questions of the week or any suggestions you have for us, you can mail us at couchkidspodcast@gmail.com. We also have a little bit of merch for sale. We've got
Yeah,
pins
baby.
and we've got stickers. So if you want that, you can either DM us on Instagram or you can send an email again at couchkidspodcast@gmail.com.
Very casual.
Figure that out.
So
We don't
cash.
have a Shopify or anything. It's just us.
We're just
at this
handling
point,
it.
So
Yeah.
Sammy, what's our Patreon?
I bet your guess will be closer than
Such
what
a
Colton
great
gives us every
question.
week.
I think, okay, so here's the thing. I am not a subscriber to this Patreon, but I am subscribed to a Patreon. So I feel like I should understand the methodology. I feel like it's
Yeah.
like Patreon
Good.
dot
Yep.
co.uk
Oh, so close.
slash
God damn it. Is this
at the couch kids dot
At.
podcast slash
Is that
5%
actually the
off
address?
when you
Maybe that
type
is the
in
address.
What is it about
Coucho.
sitting on this couch
That
that,
makes you
that makes you
laugh.
forget how
And then
URLs
there's
work?
like there's
What
like
if that
some
is
numbers.
the address
I think
and
it's
it's been that the whole time?
Oh no, I signed us up for British British
That's because you're
Patreon.
getting everything in pounds. Now it makes sense, you know.
Yeah, we're making £100 a month.
Quit. Yeah, Patreon. We have a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
We do extra records there.
Yes.
5 minutes extra.
Oh, I
passive
forgot about
chip
the
clips.
chip
We do too.
chip clips. We
We do too.
The more recent thing, we're going to be doing Drunk Kingdom Hearts, where I will recap
Yes.
it. That's going to be
Oh.
dropping soon.
Yep.
And then we're also doing a
shifting
Q&A soon
formats.
as well.
Yes.
So,
I'm gonna ask all the questions. No,
We've
no,
al- we already have- we
Oh, no,
already-
you already have questions.
We have, I mean, do you have more
You can just ask
Kingdom
us a
Hearts
question.
questions? Yeah.
Oh, the Kingdom Hearts questions.
See, that's what
not just an open forum.
I was just like, you know, like
What's up?
what's your favorite sport?
Honestly, Sammy.
What's the biggest thing you've ever
Honestly,
seen?
Sammy, message me before we record it, and I'll just throw that in.
Okay,
As we're
perfect.
like, what's your
Yeah.
favorite keyblade?
Yeah.
If you were a chess piece, what?
That's a good question.
That's a
But
good
yeah.
question. I
Thanks
think that's
everyone
it, right?
for coming by for another episode of the Couch Kids Podcast. We'll be back to your regular scheduled programming with Colton and more Sammy later.
Yep. Sammy, what do we always say at the end of every episode?
Oh no, I've been put on the spot a
I
lot
thought
today.
you were just gonna be like, "Fuck you."
It's like, all right, fuck you. That's what we say.
Well,
Just
I'm
drop
in
it,
I'm in
whatever.
a chair today
Just
instead
whatever.
of the couch, so I feel like I'm like in a different headspace. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's something about like if the chair ain't there, you better get scared or something.
Whoa!
Fuck me. That's great.
All right,
That's
Terry,
great.
there, you better be scared. Woo! See you next time.